something like that. Yeah. But anyway, he says, well, the only time we've ever seen this is in, people with HIV and AIDS, So he took a detailed.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he went through all the things of my lifestyle or whatever, and, did I do this, did I do that? No. And I promise you that this doctor called me about before. Okay, so they said you have to take a test. It's going to come back and you have to wait 2 weeks. So, I was really, really stressing in those 2 weeks. The man had me questioning myself of what kind of lifestyle I lived when I know I didn't live a lifestyle that should have given me HIV. He called me in my house at 11:30 at night and asked me, are you sure that you didn't do this? You wasn't an HIV drug user. You wasn't this and that. And I'm saying, look, I know who I am, okay? I have a husband. I didn't cheat on my husband. I'm sure my husband wasn't cheating on me. And just went through all these things, well, have you been to this man tried to diagnose me, and I know in my heart that this doctor was looking to diagnose me with HIV. But I guess had he done that, okay, they wouldn't have been able to find out, because my husband and I had just gotten back together because we had separated for about a year. And before he and I even came together, he took an HIV test, and I asked him to take an HIV test, and then I took an HIV test, okay? So I knew that both of us, there was nothing wrong there. And then when I went back for the results 2 weeks later, the nurse says to me, I says, well, just give me the results. I don't need no counseling because they tried to do all that. Just give me the results, And she says, well, I don't know why this doctor didn't tell you that diabetics also have been seen with this type of pneumonia. So I don't know why he put you through what he put you through. And I said in my mind that, yeah, he was trying to diagnose me with that disease, but he couldn't make the connection because my lifestyle did not coincide with all the things that he wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, the way to prevent HIV and AIDS, don't give the doctors your history first, because they decide if you're going to have the disease or not. So that's all I wanted to say.
Well, sister, I'll tell you this. It was good that you were mindful of this, but I'm going to tell you, I thank the Most High that when y'all did take a bogus test, that it came back negative, because I'll tell you this. Their positive tests are bogus. It's all selective, and there's kickbacks on certain diagnoses, and the doctor know it. They get paid for writing prescriptions. The pharmaceutical companies are behind the medical field, so it's in their interest for you to be positive.
Mm-hmm.
So even just say if you and your husband, after being apart, first of all, they have y'all suspecting each other the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the turmoil that created in the house.
Yeah.
Also look at the point that the test is bogus. That's why we had Mr. Tuscan on. The test don't prove anything. It's totally bogus. That's the point. Ain't no such thing as HIV.
Yeah, I know that. I know that now, but we were pretty ignorant. Well, I was, because my husband, he actually did have an affair, and I just said, well, just for safekeeping, let's, get yourself. And it's only fair if I ask you for me to test too. So we both had a test, and everything was perfect with us. But I'm saying that the doctor really wanted to give it to me.
See, but here's the deep thing about this. They already got us programmed to believe that people are spreading a disease that don't exist. What we're trying to put out there to the people is to get over the psychology altogether, because what they're really trying to do is create an environment in which we don't reprocreate. That's part. If they can promote a drug or a mentality, of the threat of actually having intercourse, you can't populate without intercourse. On top of that, promoting the homosexual, what we call the sodomite lifestyle, then by default, through time, the earth will have less in number of a particular people. That's what this is about. This has nothing to do with them.
The fear is there.
Yeah.
The fear is there with, and they make, married, happy couple people not want to have sex because of the fear of them probably catching a disease that doesn't exist. So
there
either way, they get us. Yeah.
There it is. It's the fear and it's the medication that give you the side effects. You can't have a diagnosis unless someone is looking at seeing someone dying. So they got together and say, well, okay, let's kill them through this medication, and let's tell people that AIDS is the side effects, the medication we gave them is actually given them. So that's the
point. How I know you're telling the truth, Elder Ricard? Because I have members, people around me that before they were diagnosed with HIV, okay, they didn't have any of the symptoms. Maybe they got sick and, went in and got a test or whatever. But symptoms never come until you start taking the medication. It's like if they diagnose you with diabetes, before you know it, at the end of 2 or 3 years, you're on 3 or 4 different other type of medications for high blood pressure and everything else.
And
so,
then,
the symptoms really don't
another
come.
thing I wanted to put out there, here's another side effect. We expect someone to have diabetes. One of the side effects of diabetes is that eventually you lose circulation and might lose a leg or a foot. We're so used to seeing this. Without even realizing,
you are on the money because I just stopped taking my diabetes medicine and my toes are not numb anymore.
It's the insulin that stops the circulation, not
and the medication.
The diabetes. It's the insulin that gets
I seriously used to get my feet would be so numb. Even in the summertime, I would have to put socks on my toes. They were cold, numb. I haven't taken the medication. I stopped taking the medication, right? And Dr. Truman, the doctor that Elder Gabar had on Blog Talk one night, I buy all my medications and stuff from him. Okay, and I just completely went cold turkey, stopped taking it, and my doctor said, "Oh, you can't do that. Your blood sugar is elevated." She's like, "Let me give you insulin." "No, you will not give me anything. I am fine." Okay, and I just keep taking the other medication, but yes, the medication causes those symptoms. I'm a living witness. And I just wanted to put that out there.
So your feet are normal. They're not numb, right? They're good now, right?
I can actually now sleep without socks because I even it could be 100-degree weather, and my eyesight is so much better. I thought I was going blind, and I said, okay, something is happening when my sugar was elevated. No, the medication also have you addicted to it. Just like everything else that they give us, if your body becomes addicted to it. And the same thing when you go to the dentist, they say, well, the reason why your teeth are falling out because you're not coming regularly. No, the polish that you put on my teeth are addicted to it, and then if I don't come back to you, my teeth will begin to rot out. I told my dentist, I'm on to you. Don't put anything on my teeth. You know what I'm saying? Because now I done figured y'all out. And that is so true. If you keep going to the dentist from the time you get, 3, 4, 5 years old, and you do this every year, okay, they're putting that polish on your teeth, and if you don't come back, that polish wear off, your teeth will begin to decay.
Listen, I knew the dentist game a long time ago because the majority of people go to dentists are running around with false teeth now. And you can't tell me dentists are helping us out when they can pull up mummies from 4,000 years who have a full head of teeth. And there was no such thing as dentists. So it's
too late for me, cuz.
Okay, so we're going to keep on going, sister. Thank you. It's always
bless you, brother. Thank you. Right. Shalom.
Shalom, man. Okay, let me put something out for the listeners. Okay, those of you who are listening online, and when it comes to, hold up. You there? Hello, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. I was wondering, I just lost signal there for a sec. Yes. For the listeners who are listening online, okay, in the next hour and 6 minutes, you won't be able to follow the show anymore. You won't be able to follow the show anymore via the internet. You need to call in. But if you want to continue listening to the show, last week we had a big problem when the show came down to the final 4 minutes. People are scrambling to call in. Now, if you're online, there's a Skype link that you can call in on the show, and you can also partake in it to call in questions and all that. So if you want to from now start setting up that Skype link, You understand me? I think some of you're gonna see on it. It tells you that you need to make a blog talk account or something like that to sign in. Start doing it now, from now, so we can come the next hour 6 minutes. You can partake with the show for the remaining hour. All right, I just want to put that out. And again, you logged into the Search Engine International. I'm your host, Gocc. The topic tonight is HIV. But you know what? Coming at the topic tonight really is sickness and illness, man, and lies. You understand me? Because everybody coming out and showing us all the lies that they've been told by the doctors. You understand me? So, with that, I don't know, Elder, you want to add anything to that?
Yes, I wanted to add something to touch on some points that Mr. Tuscan probably wouldn't know, but I'm glad he brought his expertise to the table, and that's the spiritual aspect of this.
Right.
Some people might ask, well, why are we talking about this on a spiritual show? Why? Number one, all the politicians, along with your people of the cloth who are tied to the system financially, knows exactly what's going on and are afraid to say it, or they're paid not to say it. Job 13:4 tells us that ye are forgers of lies and physicians of no value. So according to the scriptures, the Bible is letting us know that their medication would be a lie and their physicians will not value us. If their technology was anything, if it was anything with their technology, then there will be more people living opposed to dying through their pharmaceutical system. So the Most High is telling us to come out of her, to stay away from her. You want to be healthy? Stay away from these doctors, brothers and sisters. They are kill doctors with no knowledge or understanding. They come in the room, they check you for a certain symptom, they leave the room, they go open up a book or look on their laptop, and they look at the symptoms, and by process of elimination, a medication pop up that they prescribe you and come into the room and tell you, okay, we'll see you at another time. This is how this works. Mm-hmm. Okay? These guys are not professionals at all. The only thing the medical field is good for is acute emergencies. Acute emergencies. That means if you got shot and need the bullet out, okay. Okay?
Broken
asthma,
leg.
Exactly. A broken leg and you have to get your leg back in place with a cast. Okay. All right? You wouldn't have, if your child is having an asthma attack, 9 times out of 10, I know because I grew up with asthma, it's from the vaccines itself. That's a genetic weapon. That was a weapon used so that it could actually make us weaker than the other nations, to put us on even par with them, because our lungs are big, we're strong, we're faster. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, they'll give you a nebulizer, which makes you more dependent on the nebulizer, because I know I grew up with it, than your lungs. So you become dependent on the nebulizer. And the best thing to do is learn how to swim and get your lungs used to operating on its own. Take some bee pollen, 1 tablespoon a day, and you will get rid of asthma altogether and get away from that spray medicine. All right? I know because I personally went through it. And one more point I wanted to make before, one more point I wanted to make on the physician side for you brothers and sisters. And I can't say this enough. Stay away from the vaccines, especially the flu vaccines. They're deadly. Okay, that's it. All right.
Yo, listen. Let me give you a true story, right? On asthma.
Okay.
And I wish I had my old man here on the show right now to testify to this. When I was younger, right, I had asthma. I had the worst case of asthma. Okay. I was on the inhaler. There are times when they had to take me to the doctors to get oxygen. All right.
Okay.
No, it was so bad that I used to be off school for for weeks at a time. Now, this is 1 week. This 1 week I was off. I was off for going 2 weeks, and my old man had a friend that came by the house and said and saw me off school, saw me in the house coughing, said to my old man, why the boy not going to school? You understand me? So my old man said, listen, me have asthma, I can't go to school. So the man started to laugh.